It's a grandfather.
Mm-hmm. Tell me more.
It's turned into a grandmother.
Mm-hmm.
She said she's been waiting for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Glad that I made it.
Is this your grandmother?
No.
Mm-hmm.
This is an indigenous grandmother.
Ah, okay. Why has she been waiting for you? What does she have to tell you today?
We have work to do.
Mm-hmm. What kind of work?
We've been waiting for you for a long time. It's time for you to go deeper and go to the next level. You have a lot of work to do. It's time to get past the things that block you.
Mm-hmm. Will she be able to assist us today in getting past these things?
She will be.
Very good. What can we call this grandmother? What does she go by?
Ani.
Mm-hmm. Very good. So I'd like Ani, to take you to wherever it is that your soul needs to heal so that we can get past all of this. I want you to go ahead and take Ani by the hand. And I'm going to count backwards from 5 to 1. When I get to number 1, we will be in the first place where your soul needs to heal. 5. Going back. 4. 3. 2. And 1. You're there now. What is this place? Are you indoors or outdoors?
I don't see anything.
Mm-hmm. Drop into it.
I guess I see a lagoon,
Mm-hmm.
the edge of a forest.
Yes. Are you male or female in this place? Sense your body.
Male, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Are you young or old?
Oh, a young man.
Mm-hmm. Notice if you're carrying anything.
Seems like I have something over my shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
Something in my other hand. I think it's, I've been hunting.
Mm-hmm.
I've got pheasants or birds of something
Yes.
in my hands, and my gun is over my shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a hat on.
How are you dressed?
Dapper came to my mind.
Yes.
A red cap, it looks like it's a red cap.
Mm-hmm. And where is it that you're going?
Home.
Mm-hmm. Allow yourself to get home and tell me what your home is like.
It's a cabin. There's a barrel outside of it. It's a wooden cabin with a thatched roof.
Mm-hmm.
And I lay the birds on the barrel outside. Taking my shoes off.
Mm-hmm.
Or something like that.
Yes. Go on inside.
I'm inside. It's dark.
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot of light. There's a fireplace going. there's a woman cooking or there.
Who is this
She
woman?
greets me. She's my mother.
Mm-hmm.
She puts something at the table, on the table for me, a cup, water, I guess.
Yes. Are there any others that live in that home with you?
I don't see anybody else.
All right, very good. What do they call you in that life?
Sam.
So Sam, let's find out a little bit about your life. I'm going to count from 1 to 3, and you're going to advance to a time in your life when something important happens. 1, 2, and 3. You're there now. Notice how old you are.
I see an older man with the beard.
Is that you?
I guess so. Burly, big guy.
Yes. Where are you?
Rocks. I think I'm sitting on some rocks.
What's happening?
Nothing. I'm just sitting there. I'm resting, I guess.
Tell me more.
I'm just sitting there. I guess I like contemplating.
Yes. Is there anyone with you?
Not that I sense. Outside somewhere. I'm not getting a really good visual images. I'm just trusting what comes to me.
Just drop down. What's the importance of this day?
There's something happening in the town. I guess I'm on my way there. I don't really like going to town.
Yes.
But I'm going anyway. I guess I'll get on my way. I can hear people in the distance. The town is visible.
What kind of things are you hearing from the town?
Oh, there's a lot of commotion. People are gathering in the plaza area. It kind of seems Scandinavian buildings like Switzerland. There's I keep thinking a clock tower or something like that, but I don't really see that.
Yes. Advance a little bit more. What happens next?
There's a platform. This is going to be there's a hanging or a killing of somebody in the public square going on. And everybody's come out for entertainment.
How do you feel about it?
Oh, I'm not thrilled about this.
Is it a requirement for you to come out?
Well, they'll make note if you don't.
So what happens next?
I'm pretty far. I'm not close. I'm lingering in the back. I'm trying to get a sense of who it is on the platform. I guess a young man.
What are they saying about him?
Well, people are just talking. I'm not listening to what they're saying. They're talking amongst them. It's a big chatter, big exciting event. Everybody's gathering.
Yes. Continue. What happens next?
The floor goes out when the person is hanging.
Mm-hmm.
I can't watch. I turn away.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to have anything to do with that.
Mm-hmm.
My back is to them.
Yes.
I'm hit over the head.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And dragged. They knocked me out, I guess. I'm being dragged.
Mm-hmm.
I see soldiers in red pants, white. That's like British. It's like, the redcoats are coming.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Type
Yes.
people.
Where are they dragging you to?
Let me go. I'm on the ground. I see a trumpeter, like. I'm a really big burly with skins. I have skins. I have like a long haired sheep, curly skinned sheep thing on.
Mm-hmm.
I don't resist or anything. I'm pretending to be dead. I'm not pretending to be dead, but I'm just passive.
Yes. What happens when you're passive?
They lose interest in me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why they hit me on the head. I don't know why they attacked me, but I'm just laying there now.
Mm-hmm. So when you think about this, what's been the most difficult part of all of it?
Well, I come to be a part of the group, and then when I'm there, I get attacked,
Mm-hmm.
which is why I don't want to be a part of the group.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of beat up.
Yes.
For sport, basically.
Yes. And when you're attacked, when you're...
With my back turned to them.
Yeah, when you're attacked like this, what are your physical reactions?
Oh, I try to knock them off of me at first, but then I'm way outnumbered.
Mm-hmm. So what do you do?
That's when I just kind of pretend to be knocked out and let them... I just become passive.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know the more if I would fight back, the worse it would be.
And,
this has happened before.
Mm-hmm. And when you're pretending to be passive or pretending to be knocked out, what are your emotional reactions?
I'm afraid.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, be patient, be calm, just...
And when you're afraid, what are your mental reactions?
To just freeze, and then I'm trying to decide how far people are from me. Can I crawl out of there without them seeing me? Which is what I kind of do. I just kind of snake away, and they're drunk and they're violent and they're all wrapped up because of the hanging.
Mm-hmm.
And there's soldiers just standing by, like they're on duty.
Mm-hmm. How is that all now affecting you in the life as Julie?
Oh, it's exactly what I did with my family. If I tried to be engaged and didn't like what was going on,
And what does that prevent you from doing?
I don't like being seen. I don't like putting myself out there for fear I'd be knocked down.
Very good. So I'm going to count from 1 to 3. When I get to number 3, you will advance in that life from that moment to the next important moment. 1, 2, and 3. What happens next? Notice how old you are and where you are.
I think I'm back on my rock that I was sitting in before, where I'm contemplating and the peace and the beauty of the environment.
Yes. Do you make any decisions while you're there?
I'm not going back to town. I'm happy to be by myself. I guess I'm living a recluse life.
Yes.
It's safe. I got animals. It's beautiful. There's no reason to go to town. I can hunt and cook for myself.
Very good. Advance a little bit more to the next important moment in your life. Notice how old you are. What's happening?
Well, I'm seeing myself with one tooth. For some reason, I'm focusing on the one tooth and a big bushy beard and seem really gnarly. I'm getting kidnapped, like I just got a hood put over my head. Getting snatched or abducted.
Yeah.
And
What's happening?
I get attacked again. I'm hit with a club. Clubbed to death. By the rock.
Where is your soul?
It's not, on the rock.
So listen carefully. I'm going to count backwards from 3 to 1, and you'll go back to where all of this happened for the reason of your death. But this time, you're going to experience it fully. 3, 2, and 1. How does that all begin? What's going on in your life?
I just mind my own business, and they're just young ruffian, they've spied me, and my back is to them, and I just ignore them and don't pay any attention. I don't get up and run or anything. I'm just minding my own business.
Where are you?
Near the rock and the woods. My house isn't too far from there, but it's not right there. And they've been out in the woods. And like I said, they saw him, and it's just for no reason other than just a dare. And there's a big myth about who I am because I live by myself in the woods. And they don't really know me, and they're bullies. And
so what happens next? I want you to feel everything.
When they put the hood over my head, they're pulling it really tight.
Yes.
And I'm grabbing at the bag around my head, trying to get it off. And
what does your throat feel when you're feeling this bag?
like I can't breathe. They're strangling me with the bag, with the and they think that they're going to rob me, but I have nothing for them to. I have nothing for them.
What happens next?
And they're kicking me.
Notice where they're kicking you.
Oh, they're just in the legs. And
what happens next?
I get shot, actually.
All right. Where do you feel the shot?
In my head. In the back of my head.
Yeah. And as you're being shot, notice what reaction your brain has.
I die immediately. I don't why is what I
Very
asked
good.
myself, why?
Very good.
What did I do?
So take a moment now and leave that soul. And I want you to talk to those bullies. I want you to be stern with them and tell them exactly how you feel about what they did to you.
I'm just minding my own business. What did you? What joy why does this bring you joy? Why does this bring you joy to beat up on an old man?
And notice that they took your power.
Yes.
So demand that they give you back
Give
your
me
power.
back my power. Give me it back
Now.
now.
Take it.
Take it.
Take
I'm
off.
taking it all back. Give it back. I'm at peace. I'm at peace.
Take back your power.
I'll take all my power back. There's nothing of yours. Nothing of mine belongs to you. Nothing. I am a sovereign being of light.
So as you're taking back your power, I want you to look into their eyes.
Uh-huh.
Have you seen those eyes before? Do they seem familiar to you? Are they present in the lifetime that you're living now?
One of them is.
So now that you have your power back, I want you to go back to that body. And I want you to use that power to heal that bullet wound. Put your head back in one piece. And tell me when it's done.
It's done.
Very good. And now as you look back at that life, what's been the most difficult part of all of this?
Well, I wanted to be friends with people. I didn't want to have to live a life by myself, but I just didn't fit in. It was easier just to do my own thing. Well, I kind of gave up I just was lonely, and I wasn't always lonely. I felt it was more peaceful. When I was younger, I was around people and I enjoyed company, and I think I was a little ashamed of myself for not moving on, finding a place where I did fit in or belong. I just was kind of complacent. I lived a very complacent life, kind of like the person who just was passive.
Yeah.
You know, I don't really move out into the world to make a better world for life for myself.
Mm-hmm. So when you want to be friends but instead choose to be complacent, you give up, you feel lonely, sad, and ashamed. How is that now affecting you in your life as Julie? What does it make you do?
Retreat. I retreat when I don't, when I'm feeling judged or...
Mm-hmm. And when you do retreat, what does that prevent you from doing in the life as Julie?
Bettering my life,
Mm-hmm.
proving my skills, taking the risks.
Very good. So I'd like for you to go ahead and take that soul into the light now, knowing that with the death of that body, that experience is over. With the end of that experience, it no longer affects any lifetime that you're living. And as you go into the light, you're met by your guide. What does your guide tell you about that life? What was the reason for it?
You had to learn it's all right to be by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You had to learn how to be by yourself, how to find the joy in the present moment,
Yes.
in the company of the spirits and the animals and the trees and the earth around you. Mm-hmm. They fed you.
So now that you see that that life was to learn to find the joy in the present moment, what information or what advice do you give Julie for the life that she's living now?
Not to be afraid to be by yourself. If you don't have to settle, you don't have to serve others, you'll be all right.
Mm-hmm.
You're always all right. You're protected by the spirit beings around you. You're never alone, really.
Very good. Very good. So allow that soul to go completely into the light now. And as you do that, I'm going to count backwards from 3 to 1. And you're going to go to another time and place in which all of these fears began of dying, of all those dying in childbirth, of the fear of having children. 3, diving deep into your soul now. 2, and 1. How does this all begin? Where are you?
I'm back on that lagoon.
Mm-hmm.
I'm making something with shells or writing something on a rock maybe. Or
Mm-hmm. You male or female there?
I'm female and my back is to the lagoon. And there I have a child that's playing in the water and the child drowns. And I drowns because I'm self-absorbed in making something and not paying attention to it. It was a small child, too small to be. Well, she was playing, not in the water, she was just playing on the shore, but my back was turned to her.
Mm-hmm. What happens next after your child dies? Advance a little bit more. How does this change your life?
I am abandoned by my husband. He is furious with me and blames me. And my an adult son takes me in, I am, thrown out of my home.
Yes.
I lose all my status in the village or the town or the group of people that we cohabitate in the area with. I am living with my son.
What does your
I'm
family think that
abandoned.
you did?
They think I killed my daughter.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
She drowned. She was really small.
Yes. Tell me more.
She just fell over in the water. I wasn't actually that far from her.
Mm-hmm.
But I was really absorbed, self-absorbed, I would say, in doing something.
Mm-hmm.
And she was sitting in the shallowest part of the water. Was collecting something.
Notice what it is that you're collecting, that you're so absorbed with it.
Trying to dig something out of the sand.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a big shell, maybe, or I'm using a shell.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I turn around and she's face down in the water.
Yes. So at this moment,
I just got carried away in trying to get something out of the water, out of the sand.
Mm-hmm. What decision do you make about yourself?
That I'm not worthy of being a mother.
Say that again.
I'm not worthy of being a mother. My husband tells me I'm not worthy of being a mother. And I'm ostracized from the community. I'm thrown out.
Yes.
But my son finds me. His wife's not happy that I'm there.
Mm-hmm.
I live there, though, with my son until I'm old.
Mm-hmm. Do they have any children?
They do.
How are you allowed to interact?
I'm not allowed to interact with them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of a slave to his wife.
Mm-hmm.
I cook for him a lot. Clean. I'm a cleaning lady.
Look into her eyes. Have you seen her eyes before? Do you recognize them in your life?
You know, the eyes of this woman and the eyes of the male person that killed me and the old they're the same.
Mm-hmm.
And they're dark. And I have seen them before in this lifetime, but I can't really say. It's not a really good friend. They're dark eyes, though.
Mm-hmm. Good.
I have seen them before.
What happens next?
I guess I'm laying on the bed.
Mm-hmm. How old are you there?
Old. I'm an old lady. I lived to be an old lady in that life.
Yes.
I'm cold.
Mm-hmm. What's happening with your body?
I'm breathing laborsome. I'm heavy. It's heavy. I'm having a hard time breathing.
Mm-hmm. Are you alone in that bed? Or someone with you? Look around the room.
Seems like they're all there.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just being ignored, basically.
Mm-hmm.
My son's kind of aware of me. And then he just not paying a whole, he's just kind of looked over at me.
Mm-hmm.
There's a fire in the fireplace, or just being their family.
Mm-hmm.
I'm over in the corner on a bed.
So allow that body to die. Feel your soul leaving that body like an old coat. And as you look at that lifetime, think about all of the things that you lived. What was the purpose of that life?
I wanted to be a part of their family.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to be a servant.
Yes.
I wanted to enjoy their children.
Mm-hmm. So I want you to talk to them now. I want you to talk to their souls and explain to them what really happened.
It was an accident. I was sorry. I was trying to gather food for the family. And it was a hard chore, and I just got very focused on getting it accomplished.
Mm-hmm.
And saw her at once, and she was fine, and the next thing I know, she wasn't.
Mm-hmm. I want you to put all of them in front of you, all of those who accused you of doing something you didn't do. Your husband, your son, his wife, all of those villagers. And I want you to notice how all of them took your life force from you. They took your power. They took away everything that you were. Demand that they give you back your power.
The daughter right now is saying, these are my children. You had the chance to have your own, but these are mine. Mm-hmm. They're not yours. You threw away your opportunity to have a family. You made that choice. You destroyed your own child.
Mm-hmm. Speak your truth.
It was an accident. I didn't know any better. I didn't mean to. It wasn't purposeful.
Give me back my power.
Give me back my power. Give me back my power now.
Take it.
I'm a good person. Give me back my power. Give it all back. Every single one of you, give it back. I am worthy. I am worthy. I deserve your respect. I deserve your love.
Take it all back.
I am worthy. I can eat lobster if I want.
Take it all back. Fill yourself with your power, with your self-worth, with your confidence. And as you fill yourself up with that power, you can see your little girl once again. What does she say to you?
I forgive you. It wasn't meant to be.
Mm-hmm. Give her a little hug. Embrace her. Knowing that she never died. Her soul lives on.
I'm the one you call Pixie Girl. I live in the willows, and you connect with me often. You called me Willow.
And now that you have her back, we're going to break that vow that you said a long time ago in that other lifetime. I want you to repeat these words after me. I, Julie,
I, Julie,
from the power of my own free will,
from the power of my own free will,
break and annul
break and annul
the vow that I made
the vow that I made
to not being a mother, not wanting to be a mother
to not wanting to be a mother
in this lifetime,
in this lifetime,
in any lifetime,
in any lifetime,
in any way at all.
in any way at all.
And now I choose
And now I choose
to be a loving mother.
a loving mother. I choose to be a loving mother. I can hold the responsibility.
Very good. So be it.
So be it.
So now take your little baby with you into the light, knowing that with the death of that body, that experience is over. And with the end of that experience, that now breaks the chain of events in all of the different lifetimes in which that vow impacted. And you could see now, throughout different lifetimes, how that impacted those lives. What do you notice?
Every time I'd get close to creating an empowered life, I sabotaged myself because I was afraid of the responsibility. I was afraid that I would lose it in some way and I'd be ostracized for it, or that I would fail in some way.
Yes.
Every time, whether it's a work of art or any type of creation, I saw the creation as my baby.
Yes. So we're going to go back in time now. Back in time. I'm going to count from 3 to 1. And you're going to go back and talk to the younger version of Julie, who is 18. 3, 2, and 1. She is making a decision at this time. Talk to her.
You just wanted to be loved and experienced love. It was a bad decision. You didn't see any other option. You knew that it would impede your life for the rest of your life. And it would have. But it wouldn't have been a bad life. It just would have been different. It's okay.
So I want you to see if a part of her has been shattered due to her decision.
Yes?
So go ahead and bring together those pieces of young Julie that have been shattered due to that decision. Notice where they are.
I'm bringing back pieces into my womb, to my ovaries.
Very good.
To my stomach. And into my heart.
Very good.
Especially the back part of my heart.
I'm going to sound a tuning fork, and I want you to amplify that love.
That's hitting to all the places where people have attacked me from behind. Even if it's just with words and thoughts.
Notice how that heart looks.
There was a Band-Aid over that needed to be removed.
Mm-hmm.
So those pieces could come back.
How does it look now?
Much better.
Very good. Very good. So now that those pieces are together, we're going to go to the next moment in time that needs to be healed. When another decision needed to be made. 1, moving forward. 2, and 3. You're there now. Notice what she's doing. What decision has been made?
She's standing her ground.
Mm-hmm. Talk to her.
She's standing tall. She's standing who she is.
Mm-hmm.
She's okay with whatever people think of her.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter to her.
Very good.
She's like the old man in a way. She's fine. She's at peace with being by herself if she has to.
Mm-hmm. Notice if any pieces of her were shattered on her way to making that decision.
Scanning my body.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still feeling needing some repair in my ovary on my left.
Mm-hmm. So I want you to zoom in on it. Zoom in all the way in. I don't want you to repair it without first finding out what's there. So go in deep, deep, deep. As if you were going in with a microscope. What's there? What is that?
Well, there's a darkness there.
Mm-hmm. Dive into that darkness. What is that? Face it. What memory is in this darkness?
Feeling grief.
Mm-hmm. Go deeper. Whose grief is that?
It's grief and shame.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Keep going.
Loneliness.
Mm-hmm. Go back to the origin of this grief and shame and loneliness. What's happening? What is this memory? It feels like what?
I feel like I'm in it.
Mm-hmm.
It's feeling better. There's something right here. I need to use my hands.
Mm-hmm.
It feels kind of sticky.
Mm-hmm. Whose grief, shame, and loneliness is that? What does it belong to?
My mother's grief, shame, and loneliness.
Mm-hmm.
She too had an abortion.
Mm-hmm.
This is maybe. This is maybe. This is all. Maybe is all of the potential beings, souls that could have come into the lives that were destroyed and abandoned.
Talk to them. They need to be talked to.
And they my mother kept protecting. She kept them alive. It was her job to keep them, protecting them. But they destroyed her life out of grief and guilt. And they come forward. They're coming forward. There's a lot of them coming forward. Not just my mother's, but my grandmother's. There's something coming forward here, a whole lot. These are all the babies in the world that have been aborted or abandoned or abused, mistreated. This is unborn life. That were afraid.
Talk to them.
Especially women. This is women. This is girl childs. These are female childs.
Yes.
Female children. Way back, who don't want to be in this. Part of them don't want to be in this life because of the patriarchal rule over them and the abuse and the sexual abuse and the witchcraft. That they've been destroyed for that. Just all kinds of feminine energy that has been destroyed, that have been afraid to come forward.
So as you send them into the light, I ask the light that they take them.
All of these souls. Some of these souls were actually destroyed because they were girl children and not boy children.
Yes.
Or the girl children just had so much burdens placed onto them that they were killed, or it just killed them because they were overburdened with anything and everything, all kinds of abuse and retribution is needed for their souls.
So as they are leaving, I'm going to ask for the angels that are there to receive them.
Oh, this is a ton of muck coming out of lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. Women being destroyed. Okay, I think that's a lot.
Notice that there's nothing else left there.
Thank you.
Now there's a very large space left. And we need to fill that space with something beautiful, something empowering. What would you like to put in that space? It could be beautiful flowers. It could be beautiful waterfalls. What would you like to put in that space?
Oh, something underwater, the coral reefs that are all multicolored with beautiful fish.
Fill that space with all of that beauty.
Oh,
Yes, fill it all in. That's it. And
sea creatures and beautiful coral reefs.
And as that space is filled, can you forgive yourself for holding on to all of this from all of those who have come before you?
Yes, I'm forgiven.
Beautiful.
I carried it to this moment to be released.
Beautiful. So with that, I'm going to take you even farther back. I'm going to count from 5 back to 1. When I get to number 1, you will be inside of your mother's womb as a tiny little bitty seed. 5, going back. 4, 3, 2, and 1. You're there now. How does it feel to be inside of your mommy?
Warm.
And what does your mommy say or think when she finds out that you're in there?
Here comes another one. Now I won't be able to be a teacher.
How does that make you feel?
Guilty. Not wanted.
Yes. And what decision do you make at this point when you hear your mommy say that?
I don't want to have any children either. If I'm going to keep people from filling their potential.
Yes. And what does your father say when he finds out that you're there?
He's happy about it.
How does that make you feel?
Glad that there's at least one of my parents wants me.
Yes. Yes. So I'm going to count from 1 to 3. When I get to number 3, it'll be a little bit bigger. 1, 2, and 3. What's going on with mommy?
Hold on for a little bit longer.
How does that make you feel?
She holds a lot of anger.
How does that affect you?
I don't want to be angry. Ever. She's not angry at me. She's angry at my father.
Yes.
She's angry at her father. She's just angry. She just has a lot of anger in her body.
And when you feel this anger from your mother, what are your physical reactions to that?
I think that it's not necessary.
So what do you do physically? You're inside of mommy feeling her angry.
Oh, I'm so sad. I take it on. I take it on.
What does your body do when you feel this anger?
It tightens up.
And when you feel your body tightening up and you feel so sad, what are your mental reactions?
It's not a safe world to be out there.
Yes.
I decide I'm going to absorb all of my mother's anger.
Very good. Very good. So I'm going to count now from 1 to 3, and it's time for your birth. You will feel the contractions. 1, beginning to feel them. 2, and 3. What's happening with your body?
It's feeling tight.
What position are you in?
I'm feet first.
How is your mommy feeling?
Not good.
Yes. How is that affecting you in this time of birth?
Trepidation. I don't know if I want to go.
Yes. What happens next? Feel the contractions getting stronger. Yes, what's happening?
Oh, I'm being pulled out, whether I like it or not.
Yes. Who's the first one you see?
My father. No, I see a doctor or a nurse or somebody behind a mask. Just the eyes.
What do they say when they see you?
Oh, it's a girl.
How does that make you feel?
Darn. I was supposed to be a boy.
Why is that?
Because girls don't have it well in this life.
So what decision do you make now that you know that you're a girl?
I'm pissed. I am so angry. I was supposed to be a boy. I've been a girl before, and it wasn't a pretty life. Our agreement was to be a boy. Why am I a girl? Because you have to do it again to make it right. That's why.
Very good. So look at your mommy.
Yes.
What condition is she in?
She's happy to see me, but she's exhausted. She's not feeling well.
Yes. So I want you to take a moment and speak to her soul. Explain to her everything that you experienced inside of her, all that anger, all of those emotions, how they affected her. Tell her the truth. Let it all out now.
Your whole life you have been angry, and you have not wanted to be a mother to me. I know you tried, and you tried to find things for me to be interested, but you just really were never interested in anything in my whole life. Oh, you had the opportunity, but you were so angry that your anger absorbed the darkness of your anger absorbed your all the joy you needed. And you kept looking for joy outside of yourself instead of finding it inside of yourself and forgiving yourself. The joy was there all along.
And tell her I did not feel safe to come into this world, and I absorbed all your anger for you.
I did not feel safe, and I have been carrying all of that anger for you. And all the anger I absorbed for you, you still had more that you just kept replenishing it because you only knew how to be in anger. You were fearful and angry, and your anger wasn't at me. Your anger was at your own father. And you couldn't tell him or face that anger with your own family. And so you absorbed it, and I absorbed it in you. And then you took it out on your husband, and you took it out on the world around you. You fought. You're angry at everybody, and you fought for the underdog because you thought you were the underdog, but you didn't even fight for your own children.
And you could tell her that at that moment of your birth, it was your birthright to receive from her your divine feminine energy, and she didn't give it to you.
It was my birthright for you to give me my divine feminine energy.
I want it now.
I want it all now.
Take it. And as you receive her divine feminine, you'll see that behind her is her mother, giving it to her. And behind her is her mother, giving it to her. And behind her is her mother, giving it to her. And behind her is her mother, and her mother, and her mother, and her mother. All of the ancestors giving you their divine feminine energy. Fill yourself with that energy now.
Oh, this is where it's been.
And now that you have your divine feminine energy to live your life as a woman, this time to get it right. We're going to complete the birth. I want you to use one hand, and you're going to hold your umbilical cord. Gotta wrap it around you. And with the other hand, I'm going to count from 1 to 3. When I get to number 3, you will cut that cord. Are you ready? 1, 2, and 3. Cut it. Release all of those emotions that no longer belong to you. They're not yours. That's it. And now that you've cut away from all of those emotions that were never yours, you now understand why you chose that woman as your mother, why you chose that father, why you chose that family. Why did your soul come into this family? What was the reason for
To
it?
repair this, to connect with the feminine energy and to empower her again in this lineage. Chini, Chanama, they all need to be released. Amen.
Very good.
You hold a very strong lineage. You come from a very strong lineage, and that lineage was ripped from your line of female beings all the way forward. It's even affecting one that is not of your female lineage, but she carries some of the lineage that she got from her father. Be it gone, let all gone.
Very good.
Whew.
So now that you have all of that feminine energy, scan your body from head to toe and see how it is now. Notice if there's anything there that needs work, or do you feel that it is complete?
My whole left side is kind of tingling and realigning.
Good. How does it feel? Is there anything else?
It's an open doorway coming through.
Okay. What's coming through that doorway?
Oh, a lot of feminine trauma. Not just in my lineage, but on Earth. It's like there's an open doorway, and I'm ready to close this doorway down.
All right. Are we ready to do that?
Is it an appropriate thing to close? I mean, I think that Julie thinks she needs to keep this doorway open to help the transitions of those lost feminine souls.
Very good.
But maybe it's not serving her.
Are we ready to close that door now?
Yes.
All right, go ahead and close that door.
Closed.
Very good.
Wow. The shaking on the left side immediately stopped.
Is there any advice that you give to Julie today?
She's here to do a lot of work for the sisterhood. But she does not have to take on the responsibility of all of the sisterhood. It's a collective, and we're here to work together, and she will learn how to set better boundaries and how to be a better team player instead of having to do all of the work herself.
Very good. And I'd like to bring forward Ani once again.
What
What does Ani say?
I'm always here with her, and I'm the one who speaks through her in tongue.
What language is that?
It's a Lakota. It's Galactic Palladian. It's connected to Maya of the Palladian, the oldest Palladian star. Maya, I guess. Ichanoma chikinino macheni.
What does that mean?
It goes way back. She is a starseed from the Palladian. She carries this. She's here to help with the elder transitions.
Yes.
She works much in the dream time in giving courage and calming women who are facing wartime traumas, especially. She navigates them. She helps. She inspires them.
She seems to do a lot in dream time.
Most of her work is in the dream time. It's the most important time for her.
Okay.
It's why she came to do the work on the unconsciousness of people. This is where she does most of her work in the dream time.
Okay. I'd like to ask, because I'm very curious about something that happened with her and I in dream time, where I actually did a session with her during her dream time, or I also was talking with her. How does that happen?
She moves in, you move into different timelines, and you work together in a different timeline. Often in the dream time.
Okay.
When your dreams, you're not always just, it's not just about, there's levels of dreaming. Some dreaming are about resolving your emotional energy, and you might recognize the symbology of that dream time. Other dream times are actually being on a different timeline. Some of your dream time might be in the galactical time that you work in, Alba. It's not any different, really, than what we're doing right now. It's just that it's not conscious, and what we do in hypnosis is conscious. It's bringing, it's bridging, it's fusing the timeline in a way that makes it the unconscious conscious, fusing those timelines together.
Okay. What is happening with the timelines right now? It seems like things are really changing.
Oh, they change. The timelines shift daily, or no, just constantly, I guess you would say. It seems like daily in your time is just a constant shifting of timelines. As with every action, there's an opposite equal reaction, and so as people advance in their consciousness or make an action, it shifts the timeline. It's a fluid. It's fluid. It's water. It's fluid. It's not there's not a beginning and an end.
Yes.
It's not linear. It's fluid. It's, you pluck a fiber and it vibrates throughout the whole system.
So with every decision, we're going into a different timeline.
With every decision you make, you open a different timeline.
Mm-hmm. So right now, where it stands with Julie, I know she's making a lot of decisions right now, moving forward. What would be the best direction for her to take as far as her family, her work, what she's doing for humanity?
She needs just to keep doing what she's doing. She's doing her work. It doesn't really matter where she is. She is a light being that grounds the light, and it doesn't matter where she is.
Yes.
It doesn't matter what she does. Energetically, she can she'll move into the dream time doing that work. She at one point she worried about not remembering as much of her dreams as she used to, but she doesn't. She moved beyond that level of dreaming, and now she moves into a different state of dreaming that is not necessary. If she remembered and brought it into the consciousness, it would just cause more havoc. It would just not. It's no reason for her to. She doesn't understand it. She wouldn't understand it. Or there's no place for it in her waking time. Her waking time is almost like rest for her compared to other people's sleep time is their rest. She's opposite. She does almost everything in opposite. It's opposite. She's a opposite. She works backwards.
Okay. Is that causing her any health issues? Because she is right now having issues with gluten. What's going on with her body?
Mostly it's due to exhaustion from the intense work that she does. She does a lot of work with women in the Middle East, and they draw her there, and she just needs to keep it. The one thing that helps her, she carries the work from the dream time, and it's unconscious, but she carries it with her in her body. And there's so much, she'd be almost better not eating than trying to eat. It's in her own head that she has to eat. She doesn't really have to eat much. She can nourish herself under small amounts. She's getting over that. The best outlet for her to bring forth to release the work that she carries when she goes into the dream time and absorbs whatever it is that she has been called to. She gets called. It's not that she directs her own work. She gets called and she goes. Some of it is just sacred witnessing, recording, and holding energy, kind of like she just holds energy in situations, but when she holds that energy, she has to learn how to release it, and the best way for her to do that is through painting. Okay.
What part of her body is she holding all of this energy in?
Her ovaries mostly, and her digestive system, and she holds some in her neck at times, but mostly her digestive system or heart. She has stuff in the. It seems okay now. You've helped her already. This releasing of this muck was huge for her.
So let's relieve some of that from her digestive system. I'm going to sound a tuning fork for her stomach to release all of that she's holding. Release anything that's not yours. Let it go. Everything that doesn't belong with you, just let it escape now. What has happened?
She is very calm and very, very calm, very good.
Mm-hmm.
She's like a sponge. She needs to be wringed out now and then.
Good.
And you just wring her out.
Wonderful. And what was the reason she was drawn to this property, to be here in person?
She needs to be, the trees are drawing her here, the sacred trees that we've been talking to her about are these sacred trees and all the sacred trees. She has sacred trees all over her property. They're everywhere, and she just needs to connect with them because of the root systems helping the earth.
Good.
Connect with each other. The earth is part of her whole digestive system, is directly tied to the digestive system of the earth, and her nervous system, it's moving into different timelines, hard on the nervous system, but she shakes out a lot of it. She's doing a lot better in grounding herself, and she's doing quite well, actually. We're very proud of her. She needs not to be afraid to do the work. She needs not to be afraid to be seen.
Good. Good. So is there anything else that we need to do, or do you feel that we are complete?
She works with you, Alba, some. She works on a panel. When you hold those big meetings, she works in the sound booth.
That's great. I guess we'll see each other in the dream state.
Oh, often.
Good.
You might not recognize her because she shapeshifts.
Good. Anything else?
I don't think so.
Very good. So I'd like for Ani to finish off this session by giving her a blessing. Thank you very much for that. And now disconnect from Ani, disconnect from your ancestors and from all of those who are connected to you, giving you advice. And I'm going to count from 1 to 5 with each number. You'll be waking up more and more. When I get to number 5, you'll open your eyes with complete control of your mind and your body. Eyes 5, wide awake, completely alert, feeling wonderful all over. Welcome welcome back.
Hi.
How was that?
Interesting.
Was it fast?
Yeah, it didn't seem like it was very long at all. An hour and a half. That's pretty long.
Did a lot of work.
Wow, getting rid of all that muck was huge.
You were holding everybody else's stuff. Not only yours, but...
Yeah, I often wondered about the anger, too. I once was told, you came into this life with anger. I thought I personally, I didn't realize it was somebody else's.
How did it help to disconnect?
That was good. Immediately, I felt a difference.
That's great.
Ani's there a lot, but I didn't know her name.
Now you do.
Yeah.
It's nice to know.
I don't know what she says all the time, but she does. She's a talker, and she can talk loud.
She did.
She likes talking loud.
Is she little?
Ani? Yeah, she is a petite woman, a very petite, tiny little.
I kind of
yeah.
saw her kind of like, I don't know, like a hunched over type of thing.
Yeah.
With like blankets over her. I don't know. That's how I saw her. I don't know if that's how you see her, but I saw her kind of like.
She is a Nepalese. She's Mongolian-like.
Ah, okay.
Napoli Hill.
Yeah, I saw layers.
Yeah.
Kind of interesting. Wow.
Yeah. That was interesting.
So I know you don't like to be seen. Do you want to share this? There's a lot here.
Is there?
Well, the thing about the female stuff is pretty intense. I don't know if you want to keep that private or what, but... I mean, it's private, but it affects a lot of people.
Okay, yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay with it. I didn't say anybody's names or...
No, I take that stuff out anyway.
Okay. If you edit out what you think would be recognizable, I'm totally okay with that.
Yeah. I always take out family members and things like that.
That's good. There are some things that are beginning to make a little sense to me. I've had so many kind of mystical... kind of some of those things are making sense to me of what they were about. In the period of my life when I was remembering dreams, I was rescuing people in wartime.
It's amazing.
I was rescuing women in the Middle East. I was traveling there a lot, but also, I'd had women would be raped, and I would be witnessing it, and I would be the person being raped. I would be the rapist. I would be witnessing it. I would be all of the,
Wow.
And I got to a point where I didn't want that responsibility, and so I said I didn't want the responsibility, and I said, take this away. I don't want this responsibility. And part of my dreaming stopped, but it went into a different kind of dreaming.
When you make a statement like that, it's always heard.
Yeah.
Wow. So Julie, that was amazing.
That was an interesting...
Yeah. So one of the most interesting things I found about the session was speaking as Ani. That was interesting.
Yeah, she comes through often.
Yeah.
And I don't know what she's saying, but
today we found out.
Yeah. I think I guess I could probably just intuit what she's trying to say.
Yeah.
But it's mostly just she just wants to be heard. She just wants to express things.
So Julie does some interesting work. What is it that you do? You're trained to do?
Oh, I'm a community artist. I'm an artist, and I do community art projects and focused on bridging generations, older people with younger people. They're very separated. They have different consciousnesses, and so the arts are a beautiful way of
express.
To express for older people to express themselves, and for younger people to learn about that and to express themselves. So I'm a bridge.
And then you were doing a lot of other things.
I do a lot with my
Where does that come from?
It's always been with me.
Yeah.
A lot of, I do that a lot.
So you've been trained to help people.
Yeah, I trained shaman through the Lynn Andrews organization, and I don't talk about it that much as being a shaman, but I can intuitively
to these
do
folks,
that.
To these folks, we can talk about that.
Yeah, it's true. And just moving energy, that's basically what I do. I'm an energy mover.
Yeah. And today we moved a lot of energy.
Whew,
because it seemed you were moving them, but you were moving them inside of you too. You were kind of...
Oh, I was just pulling stuff out, and
Amazing.
it seemed like it was endless. It seemed like a lot of muck.
That's great.
That was very interesting.
So Julie has stayed here overnight. She got here late last night, so she didn't really get to see the property during the day, but she did get to see it in the morning. So tell everybody what it felt like.
Oh, it's a beautiful place. It took me 14 hours, I think, to get here because my planes kept getting delayed or canceled or shifted. And as soon as I hit that cabin, I was out, and then the stars woke me up, and it's just one of the most beautiful, healing, relaxing, and nurturing places. The spirits of place here are just lovely.
Yeah. Even when you come into the property, the trees are very welcoming, and the cabin's very comfortable.
There isn't anything, there isn't anything about this place that I wouldn't suggest somebody come. It's not that hard to find, and Alba makes it very easy and very comfortable, and it's worth,
like a home away from home.
It was
very
worth
small.
waiting. It was worth waiting 7 years for.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
It was, the timing was right too. It was in a meditation. I did an automatic writing, and I named something, and as soon as it came out of my hand, I remembered that it was Saturday, and the newsletter was coming out, and I better go and get. I mean, it was
just like that.
Yeah,
our guides are always guiding us to the right thing.
Yeah, so something had to come out. I had to take the initiative of naming something, and as soon as I did, they said it was time.
That's it. So thank you all for watching. If you're up to here already, you've seen the whole thing. And if you want a session with me, just go to my website. You need to sign up for my newsletter. Just go to albaweinman.com. The newsletter comes out about once a month, and it will give you appointments for the next month. There's very few of them each month, so you got to be really fast and get in there before everybody else. And I hope I get to see you in the future, just like I got to meet Julie after all this time. All right, much love to you all. Bye.
Bye.
Now I get that hug.